Today is super exciting because we are taking a look at Mancake from Hasbro's Fortnite Victory Royale series. I was trying to get this for so long, and the pre-orders would sell out, and pre-orders would sell out, and pre-orders would sell out. And I was super excited when I was able to finally get this thing pre-ordered. A list of accessories right there on the side. I love this artwork. I know it looks like the skin in the game, but I just like how Hasbro's doing this stylized art. Flip around the back, you see a lot more of the accessories. Yes, he does come with a cannon. I'm excited. Let's get this sucker open. Come on down to the butter barn. We got man cakes and pancakes and even a cannon out front. Anyway, this is a really awesome figure. This is what I would call a deluxe action figure. We got a pile of stuff, and something I want to show you real quick is how Hasbro's packaging, at least what it seems to be packaging, some of either the harvesting tools or the weapons. In this case, the assault rifle here did not come in it, but it's this cardboard packaging. You can slide Josie, the harvesting tool, right on out. This is not an actual weapon. This is his harvesting tool. And it is dripping with pancake batter. What am I saying? Syrup. I'm just super excited about this. Let's come on, zoom in on this thing or focus in here. This has a bit of butter up here, and it has translucent syrup just pouring off that thing. Look at that. Does that not look really cool? Oh man, this unfortunately, besides that, this is kind of a soft thing, so it's gonna. Man, it's like they nailed it with this. It looks so good, and then it's kind of bendy. Got some nice little detail here on the gun. Let's switch over here. We got the syrup bottle right there. This is actually like an emote. He can grab onto this and pour it over his head. You couldn't even see that. We got, as I mentioned, the assault rifle. Yeah, it looks pretty good. We've got the breakfast bounty back bling with it ripped open, and look at his breakfast bounty, but it's another pile of pancakes. This guy loves his pancakes with more translucent syrup. I love this translucent stuff coming down. It's got a bit of a texture feel to it, and there is some loose rope that's tying the bag together, although with this big hole in the side, it doesn't matter. Nice dollar sign. I like the green. That's a pretty bright and brilliant green. Kind of a long peg there. But this is so cool. We've got a secondary, can you call this head? I don't know if you could actually call this a head, but it's a secondary upper head, a face, where it's without the mustache and without the hat. I kind of wish the hat was removable so you could choose to have a mustache face or no mustache face with or without the hat. And then back here we've got a couple wheels because, well, the cannon out front of the butter barn needs its wheels. Look at that. This is so cool. This is probably one of the best sets that I have seen in quite a while. Oh, too bad this wasn't like kind of hollow, and maybe with a couple, I'm asking too much now, a couple cannonballs. You slide these wheels on right here. And I'm not going to properly put this together. You can't even see half of what I'm doing here. So let's refocus here so you can. We'll set Mancake off to the side because he's secondary now. But, oh, look at that. Look at that. You could even do that. You could, like, mess around and, like, display it kind of half broken up. Oh, sweet. And then these little pieces right here. I have to take some pictures of this, so I'm not hooking this on. We'll hook right on there, snap it in place, and your wheels will stay together. And look at this. There's even, oh, that's interesting. That's kind of a soft rubber rope right there. And I don't know. I need a vehicle now from Hasbro so we can hook this thing up and tow this cannon around. I'm making a mess of things here, but this is so much. This is cool. Let's get all this stuff away and look at the figure's height and everything. As you can see, using the tape measure, he stands at about 6.5 inches tall. If he doesn't have his hat, he probably stands just a little bit shorter than that. Here's what he looks like next to a Spartan Collection figure from Jazzwares and a DC Multiverse from McFarlane. And next to a G.I. Joe Classified and Marvel Legends figures. Next to a Star Wars Black Series figure. And next to a Fortnite Legendary Series figure and a Fortnite Legendary Series Brawlers figure. And finally, standing next to a variety of his Victory Royale peeps. Now let's take a few moments to just admire the absolute amazing look of this action figure. First, he's got this hat with a mustache right here that can be removed. Just pull those right off, and look at that translucent syrup pouring out from under the hat. I really wish that this was something you could remove from the hat, but I don't know that even if you did, if it would look very good. He's got a replaceable secondary head, and this is actually the one that I use in game more often than the other. I kind of like this one, but truthfully, in action figure form, I don't know that it translates as well as it does in the game unless you've got his head looking down, having it up too far. I don't know. There's just something a little bit different about it. In an action figure form, I think I like this head a whole lot more. Now, real quick, as we and he does have butter pooling around here on top. I love the syrup effect. This is so awesome. So he's got this really cool scarf that looks fabric. It's not. It's a plastic, but the texture on it, the way they've detailed it, it looks like it could be fabric. You can pop that off if you would like to. You could remove this if you would like to. He's got his butter bandoliers here. So cool. He's got a hole back there, and you're going to need to make sure you line this up really well because it's a little off center, and I don't know that it's actually lined up with the green poncho hole there. But if you wanted to, let's see, I brought in a Midas head, as long as it doesn't roll off onto the ground, to see how well it would look to put a different head on. And uh-oh, it doesn't look so great. It is very much designed to have a stack of pancakes for the neck, and so that's not going to work very well. Let's go ahead and reattach this head because we don't want him headless the entire time. Now, another interesting thing about this is this has a very specific shape built into the head or the neck, as well as a specific receiving shape. So you can only put the head on, or I guess maybe not the head, but the head, the upper head portion, one direction. You couldn't like turn this around because, as we learned when we were little tiny kids, only certain shapes go into certain holes. So yeah, let's go ahead. I like this one, so we're gonna put this one back on. Oh man, he looks so cool. Now he has, as a few figures have, some secret accessories, and they are in the side holsters of his gun belt right there. You can pop this side off right there, and out comes what looks to be some sort of a 6-shooter or revolver. There is one on each side, so he's got a couple little, yep, he just went down, a couple little 6-shooters guns right there. So cool. He's got, I'm not sure if the scarf that's right here, the orange one, is supposed to actually be draped down under the green poncho to where it sticks out here, or if this is like another type of a scarf that's just wrapped over him. I'm not really sure how that all works, but it looks like this one does connect to this one just visually. Oh man, he's got, look at that, he's got some spurs on his boots right there. Yeah, he does, and he's got some little details here on the pants. And I really got to give it to Hasbro. These Fortnite figures, the texture on the figures give it such a realistic look. These look like pants. I mean, they look like pants, of course. But I mean, they look like, I don't know. I think you understand what I'm getting at without actually saying anything. He's got this cream, kind of very off-white, creamish colored shirt. He's got some nice patches here on the elbows. I'm looking at this guy. I can't get over him. He is so cool. I will say it here and now, this character just may take over my favorite #1 spot in Fortnite characters from Tomato Head. I'm sorry to tell you, Tomato Head, but this one may do it. This may take over #1. Let's take a look at some articulation while we're looking here. One of the big problems I have with this figure is the hindrance of the green poncho. His arms only go up that far. I mean, maybe it's not a deal breaker, but oh, it hurts that he doesn't have full articulation there. And if you want him to roll his arms around, ugh, it only goes that far. He can't, like, Come on, you can reach for the stars, or reach for the skies, or whatever. Partner, he just can't go up any higher than that. Does have a rotation at the bicep, double pin at the elbow, so I suppose that helps make up, that range right there helps make up a little bit, but man, my guy, he can't reach for this. If he's in a holdup, he can't reach for the sky. He can't. I can do that. Maybe that's not so bad, I don't know. Rotation and a hinge at the wrist. Hinges are going up and down like that. If you peek under the poncho, you can see a chest cut, an ab crunch right there. And so how well does that work with this poncho and all this stuff here? Well, leaning forward, he can go that far. Leaning back, he can go that far, so not too bad. He has a twist at the waist, and if you want him to do the splits in these really tight Western pants, he can do the splits actually really pretty good. Rotation at the thigh, double, I said pin. These are pinless joints. I said that on the last video too. But pinless joints, that's how far back his leg can go. And finally, there is a rotation. Let's do this one instead. A rotation, a hinge. Because of the way the pants are designed, the feet can't go back and forth too much. There is a bit of a pivot as well, if you need them to pivot. So there is a joint up in the leg that will rotate back and forth. So you got a rotation, a pivot, and a hinge, all in that ankle joint. And that, my friends, is his full articulation overview right there. Except for the poncho hindering the shoulders, he does really good. He moves around pretty good. Let's give him one of his secret accessory. Oh, you know what? You don't have to be a Fortnite fan to like this figure. In fact, what do you think about this figure thus far? This is the Fortnite line. Let's talk Fortnite for a second. The Fortnite line lends itself so well that you could get these and not even play the game. You don't have to play the game to get these. These are unique, very fascinating, very interesting characters. And someone like him, so it is just, you could do so much with this figure. You can. So let's gear him up. And as I mentioned, you may have to align these holes for it to go in. It didn't want to completely go in at first, but a little help and a little maneuvering of his butter bandoliers, and that works. Let's give him Josie. So you're not supposed to use this as a gun. This is his harvesting tool. I suppose, I don't know if the pancakes, if you want to do a custom, if these will slide off, but here's his Josie. There we go. Nope. There we go. Yep. Nope. Yep. There we go. Nope. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Maybe we should do this one. The ever problem that I have with action figures on cameras. They just don't want to hold stuff when I want them to hold stuff. Twist your arm around. Come on down to the butter. Okay, I kind of want a Butter Barn playset now from Hasbro for this figure. I really need a Butter Barn. I do. Anyway, there's Josie. He's holding it quite well. Anything else over here? Oh yeah. Hey, let's look at this. This is his syrup emote right here. So, oh no, Hasbro, you failed us. No, you gave us an emote and you can't do the emote. He's supposed to reach up and pour this onto his head, and he can't get it up there. He can do that, I suppose. No, it doesn't work. But it's a cool little accessory. Oh, that's kind of a cool pose. Stay. It is kind of a cool accessory, though, to have this syrup there, throwing this stuff around. And let's take a peek at the cannon. So now we finally get to the cannon. Let's attach these wheels and get it more stable. So you got the wheels on like this. Make sure the hubs are facing out and not this flat side. The flat side goes straight in. Then you've got these little, I guess, secondary. I mean, they're the hubs that attach to the hubs. And you just push right on like that and clink on. And once you hear that little click, then you know it's on, and no more wobbly wheels. But apparently, let's see, it should roll around and the cannon goes up and down like so. We totally need something to hold this thing around, so it's not just a display piece. Oh, I love this can. It's got to be one of the best accessories I have received from an action figure in a long time. This is right down my alley, this type of stuff right here. That's probably why it's pretty favorite. Now you could, if you wanted, looks like there's some handholds. Let's see. We'll bring in Ripley because he's a big brawny guy. Looks like you might be able to attach just for fun without, well, no, it's pretty soft. I was thinking maybe, and he's got some pretty tough hands, maybe you could have some characters like pick this up and hold it and kind of like pretend like they're dragging along. This moves right here. Why does that move? That's an interesting thing to have moving. So this rotates around, and this is soft. This may actually even come off, but don't try to take this off. This cannon is so cool. Here we got Mancake, and I think that's it. Thank you for stopping by and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.